Today, we will learn about the reading methods of the rich. It is said that rich people read books every day. They read because they can provide more valuable information to colleagues and customers by reading in order to increase their knowledge of their business or career. There is also a survey that 88% of the wealthy read more than 30 minutes every day. Likewise, they know how to make good use of their reading time regularly. According to a survey, successful rich people. 63% listened to audiobooks while commuting. 79% read educational vocational data. 55% read for personal development. 58% read biographies of successful people. 94% read the current event. 51% read about history. 11% read for entertainment purposes only. And the reason why successful rich people read books is to improve themselves. Rich people think that if they increase their knowledge, they can see more opportunities and make more money. By comparison, only 1 in 50 financially challenged people participate in this self-improvement reading every day, and as a result, the poor cannot grow professionally, and these people are among the first to be laid off. So today, we're going to talk about the 5 reading habits that rich people teach to overcome this. The common hobby of so-called success. People who have accumulated great wealth or honor throughout their lives is reading. There was always a book beside them. Bill Gates, who reads more than 50 books a year, and another great rich Warren Buffett, also spent about 80% of his day reading, saying, "The greatest secret book to change your life is reading." In fact, Thomas Cole's The Habits of the Rich conveys the correlation between the rich and reading. According to the study, 88% of the rich read for more than 30 minutes every day, but only 2% of the relatively poor read. Then why is it so hard to read a book? According to the 2019 National Reading Survey, released by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, 27.6% of the respondents said they had no time because of schools and academies because it was difficult to read books. But if you look closely, you have quite a lot of spare time in your work. You can easily make 30 minutes of reading time a day if you gather 5 minutes and 10 minutes when you move, stop by the bathroom for a while, or wait for a friend. It was followed by 22% of those who didn't like to read books and didn't get into the habit of reading books. The reason why it is difficult for us to read books like this is because we don't have a habit of reading books. From now on, I will introduce the reading habits that successful rich people speak in unison. The beginning may be difficult, but you must remember that consistency gathers to create habits and habits gather to create your own destiny. Now, let's move on to the 5 reading goals of the rich. 2. Establish the purpose of reading asterisk. No matter what you do, you definitely need a clear motive. Because motivation is a big driving force for people to live. First, if you read this book or think about what to do after reading it, you realize the need to read it and have a driving force in the direction of life. Simply put, why don't you set up and implement it for the purpose of memorizing at least one impressive phrase, or, I'll have a discussion with others after reading a book. 2. Learn from books asterisk. Books are active learning tools that find and learn by themselves. Steve Jibald, who has interviewed about 1,200 rich people over 30 years, cited books as a learning tool for the rich in his book How They Think. He said that while the middle class learns through universities and seminars, passively, the world's richest people learn by stacking books, devouring themselves. By reading a book, you learn real learning through the process of interpreting and questioning yourself. If you build up your own learning, you will find yourself growing up to be a better me than your current level. 3. Building reading muscles, reading beyond the current level asterisk. I can move forward when I go beyond my limits. Let's try a difficult book first. Simply put, reading is like building muscles. If you repeated one movement 10 times yesterday, today you have to do more than that. So do the reading muscles, just as you have to do it 12 times to get muscles. If you repeat, "What the hell is this sound?" at some point, you will have reading muscles, saying, "This is the sound." And as you enjoy this process, you find yourself a step forward. 4. Reflective reading, rather than absorption reading. Set a higher goal than before, but do critical reading asterisk. The higher you set your goals, the more you achieve them. Don't limit my abilities and possibilities. I'm not just asking you to read a book that's a little deeper than before. No matter how famous the author writes, not everything is 100% correct. That's also why critical reading is needed. If you're used to reading a book to some extent, don't absorb the contents of the book, but do a reflection, reading against some of the author's thoughts. Just being able to set goals that are a step forward and organize my thoughts is proof that I've already developed and I'm developing further. 5. Bullying, keep trying even if you're bored. No fruit is easily obtained without patience and effort. Reading books is by no means an easy process like mind. That's why you have to be more patient. Sometimes, even if it's boring all the time, if you build up the above habits step by step. Sometimes the contents of the book are not understood and cannot be read well. In that case, you just have to read the sentences carefully. You don't have to understand every sentence. It's also a good idea to just read it out with your eyes. In the end, I hope you will taste the sweet fruits of reading books. Today, we looked at 5 reading methods taught by rich people as above. In summary, first, I will set the purpose of reading. Second, you should learn from books and use them as an opportunity for self-growth, thinking that if it is difficult to read them all, you should memorize at least one sentence. Third, you need to read one level more than yourself in order to improve. Fourth, instead of absorbing what the author wrote, read a book criticizing, at least if I had written it, I would have written it like this. Fifth, even if you are bored, try to read without interruption. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribing to like is a great help to video production.